Hey, first of all, let's thank God for the blessing of a brand new day and the opportunity to once again enhance self. God could have made your whole life one sunrise and one sunset, but he chose to break it down. So no matter how dark it has been, today we have been blessed with the light of another day. And I want to talk about finding that spark, guys, for you guys out here that's working to be successful and working to go from the mud to the subs and working to accomplish your goals. Sometimes you have to find that spark that drives you to a frenzy for success. You have to have that spark. And I want to tell you guys a story. When I was young, I was only 17 years old, and I was introduced to a magazine crew with my cousin Abdul, right? And you guys have seen him on the show. So we went to the show, we went to the crew, and we each had a trainer, and his trainer was like dressed like a banker, man. This guy had like a white shirt, a tie, he looked like really clean, really good. And then they said, well, Mike's training you, he's the best, but Mike was like in the back of the van, and he had like ketchup on his shirt. I mean, he looked terrible, right? May he rest in peace. So I said, the guy in the back's my trainer? He said, yeah, that's your trainer, man. So he ends up going out and actually being a really, really good trainer and being really good at sales, and he trained me or whatever, and I listened to him. And the first door he knocked on, it was actually in a really nice neighborhood, and he talked to the lady, and she didn't feel comfortable coming to the door. So she basically said, hey, talk to me through the window. And he started exchanging words, and he showed her what he was selling, and then she ended up handing him a check that I thought was for $25. Now, mind you, $25 for somebody that wouldn't even open the door from you, I was kind of impressed. But the check was actually for $250. And I was very impressed. I said, man, that lady gave you $250? He said, yes. I said, can you get somebody else to spend that kind of money? So he ended up getting like 4 or 5 more people in the rain, in a very wealthy community, all Anglo-Saxon. We're 2 black guys. I was training. I didn't know what was going on. He was a trainer, and he went out there and actually sold over $1,000 worth of magazines. So I was very impressed. But it was also time, days later, for me to go out there and sell, me and my cousin, right? So my cousin had a trainer. I had a trainer. We were going out by ourselves. So the first day I go out there and I sell one magazine for $25, whatever the case may be. But because it's my first sale, they call my name in the morning time of the meeting. They say, hey, Saeed, come up, and good job, and, you know, you did a good job. And they also called my cousin's name up. He had sold a substantial amount more than I did, but I wasn't really paying attention. And so the next day I go out there, and I do the same one for $25, and I don't get my name called because that's old news now. And he goes out and gets his name called again, but I'm really not, I'm not tripping. So it's time to get paid, right? So that Saturday, I go up and they hand me an envelope, $50. It's no big deal. I only been here for a few days. It's a commission job. I'm cool with $50, no problem. I'll enjoy the rest of my weekend, and I'll be ready to learn more on Monday. So me and my brother, my cousin brother, whatever you want to call him, it's my brother. So he pulls out his envelope, and his envelope has $125 in it, right? So I didn't have 50. I'm sorry, I had $25. He had $125. So I said, hey, what's going on, bro? He said, yeah, man, that's how much they gave me. I said, oh, man, dang. This is actually good news because they must have made some kind of mistake because there's no way you can get $125 and I get $25 because I'm your cousin. I'm family. I deserve the same amount of money that you get. So I marched up and the owner was sitting there, big old diamond ring and everything. And I, waited till people talk to him. I say, excuse me, brother. How you doing? Well, you haven't really met me officially. Again, I'm Saeed, but there's been some type of drastic mistake, but it's okay. I'm sure a man of your stature will fix it. He said, well, what kind of mistake has it been? I said, see, let me show you here. I got $25, and I can assure you that's incorrect because my cousin, he got $125, and me and him are both named Cooper, and me and him are the same people, and we definitely going to get paid the exact same amount of money. And I was confident in this conversation. I figured the man would say, I apologize. He would go in his pocket or have somebody come over and bring me my $100, and everything would be fine. So he started chuckling, like laughing, and I didn't understand why he was laughing. He said, well, let me explain. See, he sold $200 and something worth of magazines, so the extra $100 was his commission. So I said, well, wait a second. He got his name called for that, right? He said, yeah. I said, but I got my name called as well. Where's my money? He said, no. Even though you got your name called, that was only in recognition of it being your first sale. You really didn't sell anything. Nobody can live off $25 worth of sales. So we gave you pretty much everything you collected, and hopefully you'll get better in the future. I said, so wait a second. So because he sold more, he gets more money, right? He said, yeah. I said, and it's like that from here on out. Whoever sells most gets the most money? He said, yeah. So I turned around, I looked at him, and he had a puzzled look on his face because the level of darkness that came across my face was insane. It wasn't because I only got $25. It was because my brother got $125 and I only got $25. So I could feel the anger welling up in me. So as I walked away, my brother said, Saeed, come on, I'm going to give you half my money, because we roll like that. I said, I don't want nothing from you. Nothing. And I went in my room and I closed the door and I picked up my sales conversation, and I literally did nothing all weekend except study how to sell. That's the only thing I would do. I used the bathroom. I got something to eat. I stayed in my room. He said he thought I was in a state of depression, but I was in a state of insanity. And that very Monday morning, I cannot wait to get to the meeting. I cannot wait to get to the area. And I went from doing one sale to 9 sales for over $300 in sales in one day. My whole situation changed. And the reason why it changed is because a spark was ignited inside of me that said, I refuse to lose, and I refuse to accept the status that I am in right now. What spark in your life do you need? What incident do you need to recognize to bring something inside yourself that makes you see greatness? Because once you have that spark, you will believe from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet that you can achieve what you're supposed to achieve, because you believe you're supposed to have it. You can never go out and achieve anything if you don't believe you're supposed to have it. The fact that my cousin had $125 and I had $25, I knew that I was supposed to have more, so I reacted accordingly. If you don't find that you don't get up in the morning time, if you're not cock-locked and ready to rock, if you're not focused, if you're not grinding, if you're not ready to win, it's because there's no spark inside of you that's telling you you're supposed to have what you're trying to get. Because if you believe that you were supposed to have what you was trying to get, you will react accordingly, and you would have that same desire to go out there and seize the day and accomplish what it is you trying to accomplish. So guys, go out there tomorrow or go out there the next day or whatever day it is and find that spark in you that's going to bring out the best in you. Find that spark in you that's going to bring out that monster in you, and that's going to make you go achieve your goals. That's my story, man, and I'm sticking to it.